Exodus 21, verse 12 through 27. Whoever strikes a man so that he dies shall be put to death. But if he did not lie in wait for him, but God let him fall into his hand, then I will appoint for you a place to which he may flee. But if a man willfully attacks another to kill him by cunning, you shall take him from my altar, that he may die. Whoever strikes his father or his mother shall be put to death. Whoever steals a man and sells him, and anyone found in possession of him shall be put to death. Whoever curses his father or his mother shall be put to death. When men quarrel and one strikes the other with a stone or with his fist, and the man does not die but takes to his bed, and if the man rises again and walks outdoors with his staff, he who struck him shall be clear. Only he shall pay for the loss of his time, and shall have him thoroughly healed. When a man strikes his slave, male or female, with a rod, and the slave dies under his hand, he shall be avenged. But if the slave survives a day or two, he is not to be avenged, for the slave is his money. When men strive together and hit a pregnant woman, so that her children come out, but there is no harm, the one who hit her shall surely be fined, as the woman's husband shall impose on him, and he shall pay as the judges determine. But if there is harm, then you shall pay life for life, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot, burn for burn, wound for wound, stripe for stripe. When a man strikes the eye of a slave, male or female, and destroys it, he shall let the slave go free because of his eye. If he knocks out the tooth of his slave, male or female, he shall let the slave go free because of his tooth. Today's passage is a list of laws that deal with the sanctity of life. Laws consist of a range of punishment, with the most severe being punishment of death, to repaying what is owed. This shows us that God is the God of justice, and He will judge according to what each has done. However, when we arrive at the New Testament, Jesus teaches us something beyond what the law speaks of. Matthew chapter 5 verse 21 through 26 says, "You have heard that it was said to those of old, 'You shall not murder, and whoever murders will be liable to judgment.' But I say to you that everyone who is angry with his brother will be liable to judgment. Whoever insults his brother will be liable to the council, and whoever says 'You fool' will be liable to the hell of fire. So if you're offering your gift at the altar, and there remember that your brother has something against you, leave your gift there before the altar and go. First be reconciled to your brother, and then come and offer your gift. Come to terms quickly with your accuser while you're going with him to court, lest your accuser hand you over to the judge, and the judge to the guard, and you will be put in prison. Truly, I say to you, you will never get out until you have paid the last penny." Jesus explains the heart of the law. We're not condemned because we have committed the act of murder. We're condemned because we have harbored hatred against another. And this is equivalent to murder itself. Sinful actions are a result of what is on the inside. That's why, even though the religious leaders during Jesus' day may look holy on the outside, their hearts were not right with God. Matthew chapter 5 verse 38 to 42 says, "You have heard that it was said, 'An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth.' But I say to you, do not resist the one who is evil. But if anyone slaps you on the right cheek, turn to him the other also. And if anyone would sue you and take your tunic, let him have your cloak as well. And if anyone forces you to go 1 mile, go with him 2 miles. Give to the one who begs from you, and do not refuse the one who would borrow from you." In a sharp contrast to the previous law, here Jesus speaks of the eye for an eye law and teaches us the real meaning of the law. Although it is true that bringing justice is necessary, Jesus wants us to understand that there is a law that encompasses all laws, the law of love, which asks for forgiveness and kindness. God is just, but at the same time, He is loving and forgiving. The only way to fulfill both at once was to send the one who was without sin, Jesus Christ, and have Him take the death punishment of all mankind, so that through Christ we can find forgiveness and true justice of God. As we meditate on today's passage, let us give thanks to Christ who has fulfilled the law through His obedience, and ask Him to teach us to follow in His steps.